Folks, today on the Stoney Ridge Farm channel, we're moving the cows out of the pasture and into some silvopasture here in the forest. It's the first time I've done this and I'm scared to death. Why are you guys running? That's not the right way. Don't hit the fence, don't hit the fence. Hey man, slow down! Stoney Ridge Farm. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Stoney Ridge Farm. I have lost my coffee. Did I lose my coffee? There it is. Guys, welcome back to the Stoney Ridge Farm. Today we're gonna be trying something different with the cows. And if you watched the video a couple days ago, we set up the razor grazer system. I have yet to use this razor grazer system. It's a cattle grazing system that's all in one, and meaning that it is a mobile cart that goes with the cows wherever they go. So what we've got today is the cattle are all over here on the other side of the farm, and I'm going to bring them outside the perimeter fence. We're going to show you some pretty fun stuff, some cool stuff. I'm super nervous about this because I don't know if the cows are just going to blast through the fence or if it's gonna work perfect. I'm hoping it'll work perfect. We're gonna be grazing some silvopasture today, and we're gonna show you some cool stuff, and we're gonna show you what I've got cooking on the grill all day long today. So let's go have some fun here on the farm. All right, guys, cheers. Welcome to the Stoney Ridge Farm channel. Today's video is brought to you in part by Stoney Ridge Farmer merch. If you guys want to get some cool coffee cups or shirts or hats, you can go over to the StoneyRidgeFarmer.com and check it out. That helps support the farm and helps build everything. Now, let's talk about some of the crap that's going on. I say crap that's going on the farm because there is some bad stuff going on. Today, let me get a sip of this coffee. Today marks the 2-week anniversary of my automobile accident, and I'll show you exactly what happened. We're gonna show you some new tools that we have here on the farm today too, but here's what happened. And I've got my little Honda. I love these little Honda Elements. If you've never had a Honda Element, you can't do without it. It's like a little van. I don't even use the back seats. It's, again, a 25 mile to the gallon little van, basically. Now, I was going down the road the other day, and a guy with a dump trailer went flying by me, running probably 60 miles an hour, and I was probably running the same speed, and we passed each other. His tarp blew up, and this happened. Smack up. A little shadow on there right now. But my little Honda, I love this little car. It's a 2009. I bought it about 2.5 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, with 60,000 miles on it. It's super cool. These are super reliable vehicles. One of the best engine and transmission combinations that Honda has ever offered. And you know I'm all about Honda. So here's what happened. A trampoline came blasting out of the back of this guy's dump trailer, and it smacked the front of the car. It was like NASCAR, man. If it would have been a little bit higher, it would have hit right in the windshield. Total bummer, guys. It cracked the headlight right here. It busted the grill out. It's damaged the air conditioner condenser. It has bent the hood in, so I've got to replace the hood. I've got to repaint this fender. I've got to replace the bumper cover, all that stuff, and the air conditioner condenser and the headlight here. And it jumped up and scratched this fender. So paint the whole front end of the car. This is somewhere in the neighborhood of $4 grand worth of damage. It almost totaled this vehicle. I love this little car. So we've got a rental car right now. And my rental car is much nicer than the Honda. Thank you, Enterprise Rental Car, and thank you, State Farm Insurance, for covering my rental car while I do the repairs. I'm gonna do all the repairs, and then I'm gonna take it into my buddy who's got a body shop, have him spray it, and we'll have basically a new car. I may change the color. I want it to be white. All right, enough of that boring stuff. We're gonna talk about farming. So over here, let's just walk on over to the TYM T574 tractor. So this tractor will be in use today as I'm babysitting the cows. So this is the T574, and we've got the Ag Spray sprayer on the back. We're gonna be spraying some super soil out on the land. We got our first frost the other day, yet the super soil still works. So this is what we're using to fertilize our land. It's not a fertilizer, it's an inoculant. Let me show you real quick. See that black stuff? Looks gross, don't it? So that's microbes that we're spraying out on the soil to help fix nitrogen. Instead of using commercial conventional fertilizer, we're taking the TYM 574 and the Ag Sprayer MC90, and we're spraying our pastures. That one container of spray will do about 3 acres. The product that we're using, and I'll link to it down below, is a non-petroleum based fertilizer, and you'll see it's spelled different, okay? World's best fertilizer. This is called Super Soil. Again, I'll post a link down in the video description. It is a powder that you mix in, and that little bag will fertilize 10 acres or inoculate 10 acres. Now, I recently sold, well, let's show you this. You guys know that I bleed red, right? I bleed red. I love the TYM tractors. I also love my Hondas. This is a Honda Foreman 500. We've done several videos. You've seen this on the channel for 3 or 4 years. This is what I use day to day to roll out hay for the cows, to take care of the animals, and to get around the farm. I just can't walk everywhere I go. That being said, I just sold off 2 of the Honda four-wheelers, and we're replacing the Foremans with something really cool. Let's take you in the garage here and show you. I've got 2 new ones right here. Before we go in here, I'm not some big fancy rich YouTuber guy that just goes and buys all sorts of stuff. I saved and saved and saved, and when I sold my ATVs, I actually made a little bit of money. The other 2 ATVs that I have, I made a little bit of money, and I took that money and invested it into better machines. That's what you should be doing constantly, is upgrading. So we're gonna show you these 2 machines. This is a Honda Foreman Rubicon, fuel injected. It has independent suspension in the rear, which is way different from the other one. Let me show you also. This is the Honda Blue. I am told this is the rarest of the colors. It's a 2022 model, and I found this on Marketplace for $8,500, 8,500 bucks. I talked the guy down just a little bit. It's got a little bit of wear and tear. I think it has 40 hours. Let me just double check it with you real quick. Turn the key on. It's fuel injected again. Welcome, Honda. 186 miles, 40.9 hours. So I've been riding this around the farm. This is gonna be my go-to, kind of my beater four-wheeler, but also it has an automatic dual clutch transmission. So we click it over to auto, and Miss Stoney Ridge can drive it because she really didn't get the shifting thing. She didn't grow up with ATVs, and I did. I grew up shifting gears, and she didn't. She grew up just driving automatics. So this is an automatic four-wheeler, and this is Miss Stoney Ridge's four-wheeler. This was a total score. Same ATV, except for this is a 2023 model. We've got storage right here. You're gonna see these in a future video. We're gonna do some upgrades. Got a little storage bin right there in the front. That's how you access your radiator. Got a little storage bin right here. It's open right now because we're gonna be putting gate openers and garage door openers in there. This one has a very nice seat. Again, this is the Honda Rubicon. And this one, super nice, guys. I bought this off an older gentleman who bought a side-by-side instead of the ATV. It is due for service, the 100-mile service. It has 203 miles on it and 22.3 hours. 20 hours on that machine. This thing out the door from the Honda dealership with tax, title, shipping, all that stuff is about $13,600. I paid $10 for that one. It's a 2023. It's much, much nicer than the blue one, but you just can't see it. So, that being said, I don't have racks outfitted on this. You're gonna see a future video. We're gonna outfit this thing with all the ATV racks that we like, a receiver hitch and all that fun stuff. So stay tuned for a future video on that. Today, we're gonna take the little red Honda and we're gonna go down, we're gonna move the cows into a place that I'm super nervous about. Shame on me, I forgot to show you what I'm cooking. This is gonna be cooking for 8 hours on the Traeger. All right, here we are. Get ready. Your mouth is gonna drool. Let me show you the pellets. Pellets in there. Ooh, I need to refill pellets. We are cooking at 230 degrees right now. We are making farm fresh beef short ribs, and we're smoking some eggs. This is seasoned with a special seasoning that I just came up with, and I'm working on some special seasoning blends, mostly salt, pepper, and garlic. Now you might be asking, Josh, why the heck you got eggs on the smoker? You can smoke eggs in a pellet smoker. Our temperature's low enough, they're not gonna boil, they're not gonna bust. We can slow cook and slow smoke eggs. So we've got a multitude of eggs on the farm all the time, and we're always looking for creative ways to eat them. So now instead of boiled eggs, they're smoked eggs. Those are delicious. Miss Stoney Ridge loves them. Let's go check on the cows. Contact. So this is a range ward razor grazer. There'll be a link in the video description for you guys. This is a really cool all-in-one towable, tow-behind trailer that we can set up. It has a self-contained 50-watt solar panel and an electric fence charger inside right here. Let's see, it is locked. However, I happen to have the key. So we'll unlock this real quick. We'll just give you a brief overview of what this critter does. This is from Range Ward. Again, mention them if you decide to buy one. Mention Stoney Ridge Farmer, you might get a discount on them. That is the fence charger. This is the charging unit, and this is the battery, and everything's all hooked up, ready to rock and roll. We even have a tester in here and a little shelf in here for tools and stuff like that. Super handy, something that we'll be pulling behind the ATVs and side-by-sides here on the farm. But for today, all we're gonna use is this reel. If you wanna see the video of me installing the whole fence around here, I'll post a link to it at the end of this video if you haven't seen that already. So the cows are right over here on this ridge. We're gonna walk on over there, and we've gotta split this fence off. We gotta make sure everything is right and tight. This thing is really cool, guys. All in one. You don't have to worry about anything. You just turn it on and let her rip. Everything is self-contained right here. So this is a section of grazable area that we did not put into our fencing system. In other words, building a fence like this requires us building straight lines. This is right on the creek bank, and this is where we ran the razor grazer wire with some strain right step-in posts from our friends at Farm Fence Solutions. So we ran that all the way around this section. We're probably in about a 3-acre section. We're gonna split it to where they have 1.5 acres to graze today, and I've got to babysit the cows. I have to sit with the cows all day long today to make sure they don't bust out of this. So I'm gonna let them get a feel for it, and then we're gonna kind of drive off a little bit and use the tractor. So just keeping an eye on things. I can't leave the house today at all. Let's walk on over to where I've got to split the pasture and fall in that hole. You see what I mean here? I've got a lot of good grass. It's just going to waste. This makes beef, guys. This makes beef. So we got to get the cows on this. Don't I wish all the pastures looked as good as it does outside the pasture. All right, what we got here is a genuine groundhog trail. I've got to catch this groundhog. You can see it just goes right through there. See that? We're gonna catch that sucker. We're gonna put us a trap out probably tonight and see if we get him. Also, stick around to the end. We're gonna show you what those beef ribs look like. Short ribs are yummy. So I've got a little bit of fence work to do. I've got to attach this fence to that fence real quick, and then we're gonna open the gate. I'll throw the drone up in the air so you guys can get some footage of these cows moving into this new paddock. Super nervous about this. If this doesn't work, I could be chasing cows for hours, guys, and I'm really, again, really nervous about this, but hopefully they're trained to the fence well enough and they won't get out. Ooh, girls, come on, guys. Strain right geared reel from Strain Right Fencing Systems out of Farm Fence Solutions. Hang this guy up. Get this weed out of my way. Okay, we got everything in place. We need to walk and double check our fence line. So this is the cross fence between 1.5 acres here and a little over 1.5 acres over here. And the cows are gonna come through this gate. First, I need to walk the fence line and just double check, make sure I've got everything right and tight. I did mow about 3 weeks ago through here, So the cows would be less likely to try and graze under the fence. This is going to be electrified, and it is going to be super hot. In other words, if they get near it, if they touch it, it pulses and it'll send an electric pulse to them. They really respect the fence. After being grazed like this for years and years, they really respect the fence. So it's just a matter of a psychological barrier, not a physical barrier, and we're not trying to harm our animals. But we don't want to waste all that good forage. Just wrap it around the post there to pull it a little tighter. Just double checking before we let the cows out. I don't like this. You're pulling too hard. Sharp corner, not a good idea. Getting my education right now. This is not a good idea for a sharp corner. I'm glad I checked this. Honestly, could use another post right there. I'll come back and put in another post. Oh, just so happens we have another post. Sharp corner is not good. That's why it pulled right out of that post. We'll use this guy on our way back. Okay. Right up through here. Cows won't be bothering this. No grass over here to graze. And we're connected up to the other fence. So let's put this post in the ground and we'll get them moved. My heart's beating a little bit fast. I know this is going to be a challenge. Yeah, just a little bit nervous. Good morning, girls. Woo! Yeah! Come on. Come on. Let's roll the dice, kids. There you go. That's not the right way. You're gonna run all the way over there and then go the wrong way. Don't hit the fence, don't hit the fence. Hey man, slow down! What you doing, man? Why are you guys running? Dudes, stop running. Eat. Eat now. And there's no use in running. There's food at your feet, man. Oh. Why on earth? They all took off running towards here, man, towards the most weak spot of the whole fence. Guys, your decision-making processes are a little bit off here, okay? Just trying to help you out. Did you see that? Did you see why I was a little nervous? Guys, did you see the cows take off running as soon as I let them into this new paddock? That's what they do when they discover a new place. So they've got to run to the perimeter of the fence and just test it or check it. They're looking for somewhere to get out all the time. Ugh. They've finally settled down. It's been about 15 minutes now. We'll give you a good little look at the cows. They're starting to graze out here now, so it's starting to look a whole lot better. Girls are eating a little bit. Pretty happy with that. It's nice and shady in here. It's supposed to be about 80 degrees, so that I would anticipate that the cows will get used to this pretty quick, and then they'll start lounging and laying down. I was a little worried that they wouldn't eat that brown grass over there, but it looks like they're gobbling it up. So I'm pretty happy with that. We're also in this nice green grass right here. Got a multi-species pasture in here, guys. So what people would call weeds is what the cows are eating. So we're eating some grass, some fescue, some clover, some Cerisi lespedeza, and all sorts of stuff. Even a little bit of broom sedge and some tree leaf debris too. The cows will gobble that stuff right up. So everybody's looking pretty good. We're eating up good. All I can hear is the sounds of leaves crunching and grass crunching. So they're doing a great job. It seems to me that it's a huge waste to have this section of land unusable right here. 3 acres is enough for the cows to pretty much graze. We have 50 animals. It's enough for them to graze at least 2 days out of a month. So we're throwing away a lot of land outside of our fence, but the reason we did that is because this creek will get up. It'll get up really, really high, and it would knock the fence over. So with this temporary fencing set up, and when you've got your cows trained just right, like these guys are doing, which my fingers are still crossed, they're doing great. I will not leave them in this section overnight. They'll be back in where the perimeter fence is really good and strong, and that's predator protection also. But they're doing fantastic. They're gonna be competing with the deer down here just a little bit. They can see the creek, and we do have access to the waterers up here, so they can roam freely in and out of the pasture. But at nighttime here, we will have to put them back into the regular pasture, and that's as simple as opening a gate. You'll see a little bit of drone footage right now, cruising around, checking them out. Everybody's settling in nice. So now my job is to babysit for a little bit, right, Butthead? This is Butthead. Hey, girl. My job is to babysit. In case you don't know about this farm, this is a first-generation farm here in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. We're a regenerative farm, meaning we don't use commercial petroleum-based fertilizers out here. We don't spray our weeds. Our weeds are talking to us. They're telling us what's wrong with the land, and we're fixing the land with soil amendments like that super soil. So I'm gonna hop on the tractor, and I'm gonna be spreading or spraying super soil right up here and keeping a close eye on the cows. They seem to respect the fence. I do have my fence tester, and this is a makeshift fence tester. So this is one of those strain right posts from Farm Fence Solutions. And here's how I test my fence if I don't have an electric fence tester. You don't need all that fancy schmancy stuff. Let me show you. So I simply ground my metal post to the next post, and then I'll move this in. You can actually see the spark. It's a little spark right there. Again, we're not trying to hurt the cows. We're just trying to make them respect the fence, and they'll stay away from it. If they start grazing under the fence, like number 213 right here, they'll get popped in the neck and they'll realize, ho, 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 we can't touch this fence. This works so good that the cows respect a piece of string. I could actually just run a piece of string around here and they would stay in. I was a little nervous that they'd go busting through it when they took off running, and I knew when I opened the gate, it was gonna be pandemonium for a minute. So let's go ahead, we'll do some tractor work. We'll come on back, check on the cows in the evening time, move them back up where they go, and check on that awesome short ribs. We'll take those short ribs, we'll cook those for, like I said, about 8 hours, something like that, 7 to 8 hours. Delicious. Sorry guys, we're cooking one of your buddies today. I got the farmer's helper here with me now.
Hey.
What do you think?
They look pretty happy down here.
I was a little nervous about it. We got to go ahead and move the cows back into the main pasture now. So it's around 4:30. We probably got an hour or so before dark. And they're ready to move. So these cows like to go, man. They like to move all the time. So let's go ahead and we'll open the gate and we'll get them moved back into their regular pasture. My guess is they're probably going to run straight up the hill and start grazing or start drinking water. I was really nervous about this, but I don't know.
Pretty good.
I think they're doing great.
Yeah.
So we've got to put them in the second half tomorrow morning. So I'll have to stay here and babysit cows all day again.
You're doing a good job, honey.
Yeah, she gets to go. She gets to go to the gym and have all kinds of fun. Let's get them moved. Are you gonna let them in, honey?
I'm gonna let them in. I think they'll be happy once they figure it out.
Don't open the gate just yet. We got to get them all bunched up here first.
Woo!
So you ready?
I'm ready.
Swing her open.
Right.
Let's see what they do. Wide open. That's good. Come on in. Woo! Come on, girls. Come on, girls. Hey, 202. I'm sorry, you're a boy. Come on, kids. Woo! Watch the bull. Come on, Tammy and Donnie. There you go, girls. I don't think this grass looks as good as the grass you were on, but you can eat it.
It's always supposed to be greener on the other side, right?
All right, you want to get the gate for us? And I'll follow them up to the water tank. Donnie the bull. Hey, Donnie. Show them the special way we close and lock a gate, Miss Stoney Ridge.
Well, we wrap her around right here.
Wrap it around there.
And the little hook right here.
Yeah, there.
And then we bring it inside so it's harder to get loose.
There we go.
And for good measures, we log her up. And that, my dear, is how you lock a good gate.
All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me today. I got the field sprayed. All of the super soil is sprayed. I don't have any left now. So we're ready for fall and winter. It's 80 degrees. It's gonna be 84 degrees tomorrow.
It's very odd. Very odd.
So
it's gonna be cold too.
Yeah, it's gonna be good that we have the cows in here. It'll be 84 tomorrow, and by Tuesday, 26. So, welcome to fall.
In the Carolinas.
In the Carolinas. Yep. Thank you guys so much for joining us today on the Stoney Ridge Farm channel. This is a nerve-wracking day, a babysit the cows all day, but it's well worth it. Thank you guys. Take care. Have a great day. Woo!
Well, come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge.
You can fence if you want to. You can leave your cows behind. Oop. Is it on? Did it shock me? I didn't think it did. Here I've got my drone in my pocket. Forever move. Want you to be forever move. Do you really want to move forever? Forever and moving. And I need a cow forever. And if I'm gonna farm it right, then I'm gonna farm it better. Woo! I'm an idiot. Sit. Go ahead. All right. I totally forgot, guys. We got bonus footage. Okay, we are 6 hours into this, and oh my goodness. I think we are, oh, look at that. We're done. Totally done. Let's turn this thing off. Yeah. Oh, I know somebody that's gonna be eating good tonight. Look at that. Those eggs are just about done. That's what they look like when they're done. They're hard boiled. And we also have a meatloaf in here too. I went on ahead and I'm just meal prepping for the week. Awesome, guys. See you next time. These short ribs are going in my belly. Look at that.